Oh, I almost fell. Blooper. Hello everybody. So pretty simple video today. I'm kind of just messing around, taking a look at our corner lights. These are pretty beat up, so I'm gonna try to fix them up or clean them up or make them usable again, because trying to track these down is pretty hard. I went over and bought some amber like headlight tint off of Amazon. It was only like 5 or 10 bucks. If you're curious, this is the 12 by 48 inches self arcers tint vinyl film. So I bought a whole bunch because I was reading the reviews and they were saying if you don't put too many layers, it just looks yellow. It doesn't really look orange. So I'm gonna try this out. So yeah, these are our corner lights. They just kind of go here on the bumper. If this doesn't look any good, worst case scenario, I'm probably just gonna spray them black or tint them with like smoke tint, but that looks pretty ricey. So if I could avoid doing that, that's fine. Now, before anyone says, why don't you just sand them down and clear coat them? I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it's not the actual lens that's faded or fogged up. It's actually the reflector on the inside has kind of tarnished and lost all of its reflectivity. I guess I'm just covering it up essentially, just so it's like one nice uniform color on the outside. That way it doesn't look all janky with our new paint. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna kind of go for it. And again, worst case scenario, I peel it off and spray smoke them or VHT them or something, or I'll do rally stripes on them or something like that. So let's see if we can do anything. I think I'm gonna start off by just cleaning up the lights, and then I'll probably go in with some polishing compound. I'm actually gonna go to my detailing cart over here and grab some Ultimate compound. So this is for paint. What it is it's a polishing compound, and this is actually what I use for lights on older cars. So we cleaned up the taillights the other day. Bring them out into the light. They're much shinier, much cleaner. Kind of just polished up that top layer of clear coat. Obviously you can't really see them too much now because they got dusty. They've been sitting out a lot. So I'm gonna first do that, get most of the micro scratches out of the corner lights. I'm gonna go in with some all-purpose cleaner and just wipe off all the dirt because these are covered in 15 years of road grime.
Ew! Dude! What the f—
Then I'm gonna actually go in and polish them with the Ultimate compound by Meguiar's. So we're gonna do that. Okay, so I just cleaned these off with a microfiber and some APC. They already look kind of good. They look nice and shiny, but on camera they look nice, but in person these are all gross and corroded and stuff. So next up, we're gonna go in with the Ultimate compound. Yeah, you think it was that car?
Yeah, because I did the thermostat.
That car's giving us problems as well. We keep fouling out some of the plugs, so we just switched them out for iridiums. If anyone knows why our plugs keep fouling, let us know. But yeah, like I was saying, gonna go in with the Ultimate compound. Just from doing this before on like detail jobs, I'm just gonna lay a couple beads on here and then buff it out with the microfiber. And then after that, I think I'm actually gonna clean it back off with APC. Again, I'm not a professional rapper or anything.
I'm not a rapper.
But just from what I know about wrapping, you want as little contaminants on the surface as possible. And I don't know if the wax type compound is gonna interfere with the adhesion of our material. So yeah, Ultimate compound, gonna lay it on there, polish it up, and then clean it off with the APC and then start laying vinyl. Okay, so these guys are nice and buffed out now. Look at that, nice and shiny. To be honest, they don't look too bad how they are right now. And if they're in worse condition, you can obviously go in with a DA buffer or DA polisher and really get into those nooks and crannies and put some power behind it. But because these aren't in too bad of condition, like the lenses aren't too worn down, again, it's just that inner part that's really gross and ugly. That was no need here. So yeah, next up, like I said, clean up with the APC, and then I'm gonna start laying vinyl. All right, I'm all cleaned up. I have our piece of vinyl cut out. So yeah, I'm gonna start laying this down. I don't think I'll need heat because it's a flat surface, but we'll try it out. Okay, attempt number one, I'm gonna call a failed success. Failed because obviously there's so many bubbles and stuff, but success because I actually learned a lot. So what I didn't know is there's actually two clear layers to this specific tint film. There's one adhesive layer and then one like protective, yeah, it's like a protective film that covers the top. So I guess you don't scratch this up. So I actually peeled off that side thinking that was the sticky side, but it wasn't sticky at all. So then I peeled off the actual sticky side, and then I was actually able to work with the material. The material is very thick. Again, I'm not a professional wrap installer or anything, but I have done like car vinyl wrap. And something I realized with this isn't air release. Well, it is kind of, but it's not as porous as say wrap vinyl would be. So that means this is much thicker and harder to stretch. And the bubbles, like the little tiny bubbles you get in here, they don't really release over time. Yeah, also I got this super dirty because I didn't know which side was the sticky side. And yeah, my shape was off because I cut it out to where the sticky side was the right way around, or the not sticky side, or whatever. Either way, first attempt, learned a lot. I'm actually liking the look of it. It actually looks really good. Just the clear side being tinted yellow. So I don't know if I want to keep going and keep adding or amber to it, or if I want to leave it kind of amber with yellow. I don't know. So yeah, first layer is done. That looks pretty cool. So I'm gonna peel this off and then cut out a new piece and try to get it again, this time with less bubbles. I'm also gonna grab the hairdryer. Again, I don't have my heat gun. I'm gonna grab the hairdryer, that way I could pull it around these corners and edges. So I just did this layer. I also added some electrical tape at the bottom, kind of add like a border, and it also seats those like ugly edges. It's not the cleanest, smoothest thing in the world, but anything is better than how it used to look. See, these even look way better on camera, but in person, even with just a tint of yellow, it looks like it's done on purpose at least. There's a few bubbles in there, but it looks pretty good actually. I'm pretty happy with it. Definitely need a heat gun. The material is just way too thick to not use a heat gun. I tried with the hairdryer, but it just doesn't get nearly as hot enough. This has worked on like normal wrap vinyl, but this stuff is just way too thick. My fingers are like dying from stretching it and stuff like that. I'm actually gonna come back to this. I'm happy with the progress so far, but I'm gonna come back to it and really perfect it. I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to these things, so. Yeah, I'm gonna wait to get my heat gun back, and then I'm gonna use the rest of the vinyl and do the other side. I'm not sure if I'm gonna redo this side or not. I'll probably try the other side with the heat gun, see if it comes out better, and then that'll decide if I want to redo this one or not. But it looks pretty good in my opinion. It looks better than it did stock. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this side yellow, if I want to keep adding layers until it's fully amber, like how the tint looks, if that would make sense, something like that. We'll see. So yeah, there you guys go. Hope you guys enjoyed, hope this helped. Again, just use the heat gun and then just keep adding layers. Patience is key. I threw on some music, just kind of sat at this and worked on this one layer for maybe 15-20 minutes. Again, it's not perfect. I'm not a professional at all. If this helped, awesome. If it didn't, I'm sorry. Hopefully it was at least entertaining. But yeah, plenty more content to come. There you have it. Hope you enjoyed TZ on me, TZ on 3, 1, 2, 3. TZ.